Hi guys, this is Bobby with Bobby Stamps, and I have another card for you guys this week. I told you I was going to start doing YouTube videos like I used to. I'm going to try my best to get 2 out each week to you guys. So I hate to say that I love this card because I think it sounds kind of obnoxious, but I love this card. I hope you guys understand what I mean. It's simple. When we went to On Stage in November, they introduced what they call simple stamping, and it's like for the beginner stamper that wants to just start stamping, but you don't want to make things too complicated for them. And this card, I think, just fits that bill perfectly. The only stamping is the sentiment, but I think it's just a wow card. I think it's very pretty, and I'm ready for spring. So let's get started. I'll show you everything you're going to need to make the card. Oops, and I just dropped mine, so let me put it back over here. So our card base is Pool Party, and this is 4 1/4 by 11, and then I scored it right in the middle at 5 1/2. Okay, so let's just fold this over, and then this is going to be our next layer, and I will be using the Country Floral embossing folder. So we will run this piece through that embossing folder here in just a minute. I'm going to move this piece out of the way. So to do that, I'm going to use my Big Shot platform, and then I'm also going to use the layering oval framelit. Sorry, my light's glaring here. I'm going to use Lemon Lime Twist ink, and then I'm also going to use the Pool Party satin ribbon, I think is what this one's called. Shimmer ribbon. Okay, and then I have a piece of the DSP. It's called Painted Seasons, and isn't that just beautiful? So it's double-sided on each side. Ooh, on each side you get 2 different designs, and I am loving this paper, guys. So this piece is cut 1 inch by 4 inches. And then I don't really know what I cut these at. I know they're 4 inches long, but the width, I didn't even measure them because it's not really going to matter. These are what we're going to layer. So you just need a big enough piece that you feel comfortable working with that you can layer. So I'll show you that in just a minute. And then I got my sentiment from the Fable Friends. I'm ready for spring, and this yelled spring to me. So let's go ahead and we will get everything ran through the Big Shot and embossed, all that kind of stuff. So here I have just a scrap piece of Pool Party, and I have the layering oval. I think this might be the second to the smallest, and then this one is Whisper White. And how I figured that out, I just hold it over my stamp set and see if the sentiment is going to fit in the die that I want to use, and if it does, then I use that. Okay, so let's pop these 2 pieces out, and we'll just lay this right over here. And I'm going to change my magnetic platform. We use the magnetic platform for any of the dies, so that kind of helps. I'll show you. That kind of helps without the cutting plate. You can see that just grabs that magnet and just holds onto it. And then even with the cutting plate on there, it kind of helps sandwich those in there and helps them stay in place. Okay. So we'll switch this one out. And so for all of our embossing folders, you want to use the Big Shot platform. And if you're using one of the thicker, what they call the dynamic embossing folders, you only need to use one of the cutting plates. If you use one of the smaller ones, then the thinner embossing folders, then we would use both. So we would sandwich this, and then we would put the other cutting plate. But since this one is one of the dynamic ones, I'm going to put my embossing folder down and then the plate. And then we're just going to run that through. Okay, and then I'm just going to try to grab everything and move it out of the way. I'm going to bring in a piece of our grid paper. I just want to protect my work surface. I noticed I just got my craft room remodeled last year, and I've noticed that some of the adhesive, it comes right off the butcher block, but I kind of want to try to protect it as much as I can. So this card's going to open this way. So we're going to put this piece down here, but first we need to put our ribbon on. So let's just grab the ribbon, and I'm just going to measure it and cut just a little bit like that. Fold that back, and I am going to put just a little bit of tape right there to hold that in place. Another little piece of tape right there, like that. Okay. Now I'm going to use Tombow just because this is really detailed embossing, and I want to make sure that my edges are going to stick. And with Tombow, I am pretty much guaranteed that that is going to happen. It really kind of gets into the crevices of what you have embossed, those images. So let's just go ahead, put this down, and then I'm just trying to make sure that I have the same amount of space all the way around on the sides and the top and the bottom. Okay, now we're going to wait to make our bow. So let's go ahead and I'm trying to get my paper picked up, you guys. I can't get it with my fingers right. So how I did this was I just put a little bit of Tombow along one edge, and you don't want it to ooze out, so kind of be careful. And you might be able to do this with snail. I just wanted to have the extra time if I needed it, if I got it on crooked or whatever. So I just used my grid paper to kind of make sure everything was pretty straight, and I could measure everything up. And you can leave as much of a border showing of the petal pink as you want to, okay? So I like something like that, just so there is a little bit. And then this is what I mean about the Tombow. It gives me enough time that if something shifts or moves, I can adjust it. So then I just took and flipped it over and did this side. Okay. And then I'm just going to do this, oops, I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just basically eyeballing it. I've got glue on my fingers so my paper's sticking. So I'm just going to basically eyeball it and leave the same amount from there to there to there to there, like I did on the other one, okay? So we just want to kind of something like that is what I'm going for, okay? Now I'm just going to put that there and let it dry. I don't want to keep touching it and messing with it, or I'm going to make it slide around until that glue has taken hold of that. Okay, so then I'm just going to take the Whisper White Oval. I've got glue on my fingers, guys. Everything's wanting to stick to me. And then I'm going to use Lemon Lime Twist ink. And I'm just going to ink up the sentiment, I should say. And then stamp it right there. And then again, I'm going to use Tombow because I want to have that time to line this up the way I want it around the scallop. And I probably just put way too much glue on there, so I'm going to try not to push down too much, because maybe I should just wipe some of it off. Let me do that, because I don't want to. I'll just use this scrap piece of paper just to... That's a new tube of Tombow that I just opened yesterday, I think it was. And I keep forgetting that it's full. Okay. So let's just kind of put that right there like that. And again, you know, until that Tombow takes a hold of that, we want to not really mess with it a lot. Okay, this piece should be good. So you can put Tombow, you can use snail. I'm just going to use snail just because I have it out, and that's what I've been using. And then I'm just going to put this right in the center of the card. Okay. As you can see, it hasn't taken a hold yet, and you can use your bone folder to kind of help that along the way. And this is why I'm using Tombows, because I'm trying to put this piece on top of a very heavy embossed image, and I don't want my corners to come up later or anything like that. So I can be assured that Tombow is going to hold that down for me. But you do have to make sure that you're going around and making sure that it's holding it, that it's got a good enough grip on it. Okay, this one's going to be, this bow's going to be just a little bit smaller than the other one that on the other card, but I'm okay with that. Right there's where we're going to put it. So let me grab a mini glue dot. I'm just going to grab one of the mini glue dots right off, put it right on the back, and just put it right there like that. Now I am going to pop this up with dimensionals. And I do have a little something extra we're going to try with this card. So let me put this right there in the middle. Okay, now I'll be right back because I forgot to get the little something extra out. Okay, so how about these enamel, glitter enamel dots? When I was designing that other card, I thought, oh, those would look so cute, and then I totally forgot. Now this color would probably blend in well enough too if you wanted to use it. I was thinking this one is Bermuda Bay. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. I'd have to look in the catalog, but it's close enough. It might even be Pool Party. So we can just take one of these. Let's do one right. Oops, that stuck to my finger. I really need to go wash my hands. So we'll put one right there. And then I am just going to go ahead and put one of these right there. And then you guys can be the deciding factor what you think. I'll show you both of them if you like it better. Let me move the grid paper so you can get a better view. So what do you think? Do you like it better with the enamel dot or without the glitter enamel dots? I think they're gorgeous either way. So if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, guys, please subscribe and please hit the like button. Thanks, guys. Have a great week.